Hello and welcome to a COVID special. More on that later. I meant to do this race for a while and someone reminded me about that, so I'm fully upgraded right now. And you don't need to be in this series, but you just need to know that I'm fully upgraded when I'm doing this race, because that certainly would affect the difficulty level. Now, let's get into my settings here. I run tilt beat controls and all of my assists are off. And race will start here. And you're going to see me weaving around a little bit, and I just wanted to check to see where my handling was at, and it became clear that my sensitivity is not set correctly for this car. I usually run it on 2. There we go. So, I haven't driven this car for a long time. I have not tested this track. I just hopped in the car and I'm trying it out. So this is me figuring it out. So I'm going to have some pretty sloppy laps here at the beginning because I don't really know the optimal braking points, how often I need to go off track, where should I go off track, what should my trajectory be into the corners. All of that, I have to figure it out. And I'm going to figure it out as I go. Now, that'll be a very good indicator of how easy or hard this is because, well, you'll just see. Like how sloppy I'm going to be at the start here is going to tell you an awful lot. But again, I want to show you all this so you guys can see that I have to use trial and error. And that's just how you figure these things out. Like, look at that. That was horrible. And I'm trying to get back on track without a lot of skidding. That's why I didn't just nail the brakes, kept my momentum. I should be able to take corner 1 full throttle, but I think it's harder than I thought. And then that corner there, you can take that very wide. The bots will never drive there. So it's a wonderful passing zone, but you really have to time things. And then this is Stowe. And for Stowe corner, I'm going to optimize that braking point yet, but it's actually pretty nice in this car. The bots take it completely wrong. Surprise, surprise. Now, again, I'm going to see if I can take this full throttle. Still not the optimal trajectory, but that was better. And take this cut. Oh, that's better. Now let's see if I can nail this braking point. Brake early, gas early, stay off the wall. Okay, that was better, but I needed to push it further. And then watch on your left-hand side. There's going to be little black smudges on the side. And shortly after the second one was when I should be braking. Now that time, I had 2 tires off track for my whole braking point. And that's going to give you the worst braking distance in the game. So, believe it or not, all tires off track is your maximum braking ability. All tires on track is second best. 2 tires off track is worst. But sometimes you do that for the increased trajectory that it gives you. Now, oh boy, I shouldn't have tried to sneak between those 2 bots. Okay, I lost a lot of time there. And my goal is to go 100 kilometers, and oh gosh. Well, I haven't hit my windshield yet, so I'm still undamaged. Yes, I'm just fishtailing around because I feel kind of silly right now, but look, I'm just showing you the same things that you're probably going to go through when you haven't done this before. And I'm going to keep going and just see how hard it is. If I still can hit the perpetual point after all of those mistakes, that means this is an easy race. So that's what we're going to see. Again, I'm fully upgraded. This is so easy, as far as I'm concerned. You don't need to be fully upgraded to do this. And I'll get into the full upgrade costs later on. Now, am I joking about COVID? No, I'm not joking. I am currently COVID positive. You can probably hear it in my voice. At least my long-term listeners and fans are probably hearing it. I am COVID positive. I recorded this race 4 days ago and started feeling sick pretty well when I was finishing this race. So no, this race didn't make me sick. This race didn't give me COVID. It just happened to be that's what I was doing. So then there was a delay in me getting this footage out because I was really sick for a few days there. However, now it just feels like I've got a bad cold or a minor flu. So I'm not really doing that bad, but I'm on quarantine. And you guys can't get the virus through the internet, so you're fine. This isn't an internet virus, so don't worry, there's nothing infected in this video. You will be safe. But when it comes to the real life stuff, well, an abundance of caution is best. I really don't know where I picked this up. I've been careful, thought I was doing everything correctly, But the virus snuck in somewhere anyways. The healthcare providers I've been talking to have said that that can happen, and it even happens with some of their people. Back to racing. After I hit the Perpetual Point, I'm going to start experimenting with cuts. Maybe I don't need to be taking as many as I'm taking. Look at this. That's a very nice gain from taking this corner more aggressively, although the bot smack wasn't necessarily required. If you watch my channel enough, you know that sometimes when I get bored, I play around with bots. You got to be careful doing stuff like that. So as you've seen already, there's two ways to take that corner. The way I just took it is the more controlled method. So I might lose a little bit of speed doing it that way, but it's easier to stay in control of your car. And that's what I'm looking for. Woo! Oh, good, I stayed off him. Now, this will be interesting. Oh, interesting. I guess I was ahead of him at a certain point before joining the track. Let's take a look at the costs. 1,000 gold to buy this car, just over 4 million R dollars, and 1,495 gold to fully upgrade it. It's only in 2 series, but one of those series is an exclusive series. Back to the track. And look at that. See, that's a nice advantage if you stay in control. I am on the brakes a little bit. The other method of taking that corner, I don't brake, but it's way riskier. You can really lose control of your car and have a harder time getting back onto the track. And this is the cut that I'm thinking I might be able to skip. That is the cut that I'm losing the most amount of distance on. Now, you gotta watch out for Ghost Nitro. See that? He gets a boost after I pass him. No one can explain to me for sure why it happens. That was not happening in the game prior to, well, for sure prior to update 8.0. I don't remember exactly when Ghost Nitro started, but if you go back and watch older videos, that never happened. So now it's something we have to be aware of and be careful of. Now let's check out. Still having trouble there. That is possible full throttle, but how you take the last chicane affects how you can take the first corner. So I got to bear that in mind. Ah, here we are, Perpetual Point. You can see it, right? You can see the bots there. You can easily tell that I've hit the point. Oh, look at that. He won't get out of the gas now, even though I was bashing him. Okay, let's watch the difference in how I take this corner to how the bots take the corner. Okay, decent gains. And I'll cut this chicane and watch for contact. Woohoo! And he's gonna swing over and hit me. Those dirty bots. Okay, so because of how I took that last chicane, I should be fine here. There we go. So I didn't stay full throttle through the chicane, which means first corner full throttle is easy. Now, before I start experimenting with skipping cuts, I want to make sure I can fill the timer. Oh, just a little bit of tag. Okay, this will be a great indicator of still corner. Okay, and then I get on the throttle early, and then, oh, nuts, I got on the throttle too early. Oh boy, another mistake. Mistake. So let's just blast through this. Wow, woo, that was a little bit risky, but I'll pay for it a little bit. Now I'll be able to stay full throttle no problem, because that was pretty sloppy. Like I said, you cut that chicane full throttle and it's just dangerous. I don't really like doing it. Tag, I'm it. Okay. Well, that's crash number 2 or 3 or 4 already. Bots are totally gone, but let's just see. How easy is it for me to catch up again? Now, again, I've said this in other races. Doing this isn't about me beating you. This is about me earning maximum currency. So, no, I don't have to do this to beat that distance. That distance is very easy without going off track at all. Not very hard to reach 50 kilometers in most endurance races using clock management technique. Some races that is pretty difficult, but honestly, in a lot of races, it's not that hard if you're just really careful. But this is about doing maximum fame earnings and seeing what we can get. Okay, so my clock's a little bit low, my left side mirror is horribly bent, but my windshield is clear, which means I still have my maximum speed, grip, acceleration, and brakes available to me. Later on, maybe not so much. Okay, won't fill the clock here, I don't think. Let's just see here. Nope, but I'll fill that clock really soon. Nice full throttle, get on the brakes pretty early here. Yikes, that was kind of weird. Okay, well, because I was all over the place, so I'm not used to braking normally at that corner, which means I now have to learn the proper braking point. Because I know the braking point for when I want to cut, I don't know the braking point for when I don't want to cut. So again, trial and error. So this is how you do trial and error during a race, which is just careful adjustments each lap. So not any big adjustments. Oh boy, that was bad. So I'm taking reference of what was my braking point last lap, slight adjustment on the next lap, and we'll just keep on going. Now this will be no problem going full throttle, so let's make a slight adjustment here and see where I'm at. It's not bad. I was late getting to the throttle, which means I was probably still late getting to the brakes. Now look at that. See, I was on track the whole time, but the bots won't drive them. So isn't that interesting? That according to this game, I was not off track. Wonderful place to get an overtake and also to really maximize the drive out of that corner, because that's where we get speed in a game. Your speed is all about the corners. People think speed is about how fast you can go on the straightaway. Well, it's not. I used to think that. I used to get really frustrated. I used to call people cheaters. Oh, I can't go as fast as him on the straight, so he must be cheating. No, I did a horrible job on the previous corner. That's why my speed would have been bad. So, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Your speed at the end of a straightaway is based on your corner exit at the beginning of the straightaway. Your corner exit at the beginning of the straightaway, that speed, is based on how you entered that corner. So believe it or not, if you want to have maximum speed at the end of a straightaway, you had to enter the last corner properly. That's how complicated racing can be. So you really have to look at everything. These bots are, wow, getting nicely grouped together, so I guess I'm running some decent lap times for that to occur. Oops. Ooh, I'm cracked. Uh-oh. Okay. And that means I've just lost some top speed, some braking ability, some acceleration, and some grip. You lose it all. So I'm going to be careful here. Well, actually, at a certain point, I'm not sure. I think that was stage 1 damage. The cracks weren't too bad. Boy, did he tag me. At a certain point, you get maximum damage, and that's bad because you're going to be slower, less grip, less acceleration, worse brakes. But it's also, in a way, better, because then you can start bump passing and getting nasty if you want to, which actually can make you faster. What I mean is, if there's a bot in front of me heading into a certain corner, I can brake late and just smash into him and use his car to help me slow down. Sounds really dirty, doesn't it? Well, they're just robots. And I'm not infecting anyone on the track here, so it's okay. I can't give COVID to a robot, right? So we're okay. I'm all keeping safe distance here on the track. I'm keeping safe distance at home as well. So here we go, 50 kilometers. We're halfway there. And this last half of the race, I'm going to be much faster because I've got it all dialed in now. So check this out. Nice. That's pretty well perfect. I'm really happy with that. Very nice way to take that corner. And lots of cracks there. Braking later, so a couple of car lengths after the black spot. Not on the brakes very long once you get the proper braking point. And look at these gains, baby. And then nicely taking that chicane, small braking before I go off track. Nice and controlled. So some people, when they have trouble in endurance races, the problem is you're sliding around too much when you're off track. Or you're sliding around too much, period. So you don't want to be skidding around. You don't want to be sliding around. You're just losing tons of speed. Can you have assists on? No, you can't. It's just not going to work. I did a video years ago, one of the first videos that I actually talked in, and I tried different assists. And you can't use steering assist high or steering assist low when you're driving off track, because its job is to keep you on track. So it will fight you. That means it will make you skid trying to get you back on track. Can you use traction control? No, you're always faster without traction control. Always. Even when you see me skidding a little bit here and there, if I had traction control, it would be nailing the brakes. That's why real racers never use traction control. If it was faster, they would be, but it's not. Can you use brake assist? No, because brake assist will be putting the brakes on in areas that you don't need them. It'll brake too early. When you're off track, it'll also be causing you problems. So no, 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 no. And there are several different control methods you could use. However, I still suggest that Tilt B is best. Because with Tilt B, when you start skidding, you just lift off the throttle, steer back, steer the direction that you're skidding, and regain control. Now, if it's really bad, that's not going to work. But with Tilt A controls, and please remember, I used nothing but Tilt A my first 18 months playing this game. With Tilt A, if you start having a bad skid, you're stuck. You can't have the brakes on like you do have them on. With Tilt A, you've got full gas or full brakes. So when you're in a skid, full brakes will make you skid worse, full gas will make you skid worse. There is no other option. With Tilt B, you just take your hands off and you'll pull out of that skid real fast. And that's the best way to handle it. Now, again, I could do this with Tilt A, but it's more difficult. I know some guys who do some endless endurance racing with buttons controls. Buttons controls are harder. You're going to have to watch your steering sensitivity. You're going to lose control easier in the corners, but a guy I know named Mighty Droid does very good with it. So that's good. I also know some amazing time trial drivers that use Tilt A. I know a really good time trial driver who uses wheel controls. I tried it. Oh my goodness, it's like I didn't even know how to play this game. So wow. My point being, there's multiple ways you can do this. So please don't get upset at me if you use a different control option. I just find from my experience and the people I've talked to that Tilt B tends to be the best for this type of racing. So if you're having trouble, that's what I would recommend. That was a big tag. Let's just get rid of him. At this point, I've got maximum damage. I'm kind of frustrated. Yeah, maximum damage. Okay, guys. Now it's going to get a little bit rough and tough because I don't have to care anymore. I do have to watch my handling. My trajectory, I've got to be a little bit more careful with my trajectory. So let's just see here if I can take corner one full speed, because I will have lost some of my grip. So I'm going in here with a head of steam, watching, turning early. Oh, that worked really nice. Okay, and bash him because I don't really care. I can't get any more damaged. That's the beautiful thing about this game. There's only 2 stages of damage. So once you hit stage 2, which is maximum damage, do whatever you want out there. Hit whoever you want, and just don't hit yourself in the process. Wow, that ghost bot he really gained on me, didn't he? If you've been watching my clock, you can see this is easy. I'm keeping that clock nice and full. Boom. No, I don't want to hit him, and I gotta watch out. Okay, good. He's on my bumper a bit. There we go, still keeping the clock full. 70 kilometers. Little bit of skidding there, but nothing to worry about. Using him for my brake assist. There, that's my kind of brake assist. It's called bump pass. That's my brake assist. Yeah, baby, that's what I like to do. Oh, and a little bit of a wall tap. I hate that. This thing's really grippy. You see that? I was shaking it pretty good and I wasn't losing traction, so that's pretty funny. And here we go into the chicane again. I'm going to just take it the more aggressive way. I did a good job there. That was good. So that should have me getting a full clock again by the end of this lap, unless I do something highly stupid. Let's just see here. Well, that's interesting. Oh, off track again. I don't want to be doing that because I'm just wasting my advantage. I might have to stop doing such aggressive bump passes. But it's just, I can afford to do it because of my time. However, that will be affecting my fame per minute earnings. So please bear in mind that when I show my numbers at the end of this race, that fame per minute will be including all of my mistakes at the beginning of this race, which means that fame per minute would be quite a bit higher my second attempt. But I'm just going to show you my messed up attempt, because that might be more what the average guy would experience. And I'll show you all my numbers, do my assessment when I think about this race. So far, it's a really easy race. And I like the international circuit because it's a fast-flowing circuit. There's no sharp corners. Well, there are, but I'm skipping them. So, I mean, for that chicane, you could be braking a bit. It's actually kind of a fast-flowing chicane, but I'm just skipping it. So that's what makes this more of a fast-flowing track. So here, if I had to completely slow down, it would be a lot worse. But I've overtook 2 cars there, 3rd car here. Wow, that's surprising. And then I should be able to catch this bot at the first corner. Oh, and I didn't refill the timer there. Well, really soon. Okay, let's get on these brakes properly. I don't have any bump pass bot here. Oh, nuts. I forgot I gotta block the ghost bot. Man, ghost bots, that's the most aggressive thing you're gonna find in the game. Ghost bots are aggressive. They are, like, these cars are already faster than a fully upgraded car. Then you get a ghost bot who is more than fully upgraded. So that's why I call it Ghost Nitro, because it's just totally unrealistic. Come on, stay here. I was gonna say stay on track, and I did not. Oh well, forgive me, hope you forgive me too. Hope you're finding this entertaining. Hopefully I don't sound too ridiculous in my COVIDic state. No, that's not a word, I just made it up. My COVID state. We'll just see here. Okay, take this one properly. All right, I'm happy with that. 64 seconds. I'm really not worried, even though I can't see a bot in sight. Oh, there we go. They're just around Stowe Corner. Because if you get worried a little bit, you could blast through this chicane a couple of times full speed. I'm just going to keep using the control method. Oops, didn't really want to tag him because that does affect my momentum. So it's looking a little bit scary. Let's not be scared. Let's just keep driving along. I will stop this race at 100 kilometers. Wherever I am on the track, I won't try to fill up the lap. I'm just going to stop. And that's just my goal. And at that point, I mean, at this point, you can tell, I can go as long as I want to go. This is fully in my control. If I wanted to cut more, I'd cut more and get more time on my clock, but I'm not worried. Well, if my clock gets down to 30, yeah, then I'm going to be a little bit worried. That's a good time to take some aggressive action. Like even here, I just decided, nuts. See that cut? I just pushed it too hard. I should have got out of the throttle earlier and made more use of that cut. But you can see I gained nicely on the clock. So doing some aggressive stuff, I could cut this again if I was really worried. And yeah, let's just see if I can refill this now. I'm fully damaged, and maybe it's just refill time. Zippity Zoodah. I'm not going to catch him, I don't think, but I should be able to catch him just after Stowe Corner. So we're watching for the second smudge on the side. There we go. And power, baby. Power, power. Whoa! So there we go. We can see he was nowhere near the braking zone for the chicane. I just took Stowe better than him, even with maximum damage, and he is a better than fully upgraded car. So there you go. That is the method to take Stowe. Getting close to 100K, and then we got to get to the numbers. I love this corner. This is one of my favorite corners in the game once you got it dialed in, because you just blast through it, and the bots just don't drive it properly. This is very similar to Porsche Short Track, where after the chicane at Porsche Short Track, the first chicane that you hit on the track, I don't even know if we'd call the last corners a chicane there, but whatever. The first chicane, the main chicane, halfway through the lap, that chicane, there's a section there where the bots will not drive on the right-hand side. So you can blast through that so fast, and then just zip by a couple of bots because they won't drive in that area. Kind of crazy. There we go. That was nice. And again, we'll see these gains as I get to Stowe. Don't think I'll catch these guys till the chicane. Oh, that wasn't a very good braking point there, but yeah, you can see that I didn't do very well there. That's okay. Take this a little bit more carefully. There we go. So you can see, I'm learning. This is trial and error. You guys hear me talking about it a lot. And this, what you've seen, is trial and error. And this is how you optimize a track. And bump pass, bump pass. It's just so much fun. This is the same thing for time trials, for whatever. You just got to use some trial and error, little adjustments each lap, little adjustments. Also, little adjustments after you get damaged. That is required. Actually, oftentimes you can end up braking a little bit later after you get damaged because you tend to get a bigger speed deficit than you do a grip deficit. But in some cars, like the 2019 and 2020 Formula One cars, I really noticed the loss of grip in those cars more than anything else. Because I'm used to taking so many corners a certain way in those cars, the loss of grip there is really bad for me. Okay, 99, we're getting close. Pretty soon I'm going to be hammering on the brakes regardless of my timer. But don't worry, guys, I'm not going to make you sit here and watch my timer tick down. Nah, I want to stop at 100. Well, that's way too early. Come on, ME7, what you doing there, man? All right, let's get up here, and then I'm going to go to 16 times normal speed starting now. Countdown real fast. And there we go. I want to show you a weird thing with $R math. It's really, really weird. I don't know if it's a glitch because I hired the manager or what. But anyways, I hired the agent, hired the manager, 25% bonus. Fame day, final numbers. 2294 fame per minute with the agent and the 25% bonus, which means 918 fame per minute base. And that includes my sloppy driving. Now, R dollars are weird. I got the full clean race bonus and the reduced clean race bonus. That's weird, but okay, I'll take it. And there you go, guys. If you like this one, please press like, please subscribe. Thank you for joining me for the COVID special.